I ain't close.
I mean, I'm looking for a flash or anything.
Itchy worm or whatever you got in there.
I'm looking for any signs of life.
Dude, that's your sign of life. I got the stump and it's heading that way.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you one of my juice secrets. And it's straight up, it's one of my juice secrets. So, out on them ledges, them Tennessee River ledges, around brush, around stumps, this is the bait that I know will catch me a big one. And I'm talking about it will. Don't seem like it, but it will. The technique and the bait, and I'm gonna share it all with you right here. So let's get started. Here goes, right there. That old pink worm, that old princess worm as I call it, the princess probe. It is a Riot Baits probe. This is their shaky head worm. Like there's a bunch of different colors. It's a shaky head worm. This is the one that I like on my drop shot all year long. I will throw it all year long, especially in the summertime, especially when we get to May, June, July, August, right there. It gets bit. I don't know why. I think it's it's like the colors part of it. I don't know if it is, but I got confidence in. This is you see the pink goes blue, purple, pink, blue, purple, pink, blue, purple. That's it. I don't know. And guys, I put it in I thought, wow, man, maybe it's doing something that other worms aren't doing. I put it in my fish tank with it and a robo worm. Straight up, I'll be honest, with a robo worm, an Aaron Martin's robo worm. They both just kind of sit out there, just kind of float. I don't know. I don't know if it's that little, the little French tickler right there, the bulby tail. I don't know. I don't know if it's a different profile. If it's because this thing is thicker, it's kind of thicker than a robo worm. Super soft. I just don't know. It is probably the best worm out there, as far as I'm concerned when it comes to this. I catch them all the time. I catch bigs. I catch all sizes, but it catches me bigs more than anything. And I'm not a drop shot genius. I know how to drop shot. I'm very confident in drop shotting. It's my go-to finesse technique. I'm gonna drop shot. I'm not gonna shaky head. I'm not a big. I catch them on a shaky head, and I've caught some good ones on a shaky head. But I'd rather drop shot if I'm gonna do it. So that's it. The only modification that I make to this worm, because I know some people are like, oh, you probably modify it. No, the only thing I do is put some of this in it, put some of this on it. And what I'll do is I'll have a bag, and usually, summertime I have a bag, and it might be an old Zoom bag, or it might be one of these bags. They'll just have worms in it, and I'll just take 5 or 6 out of this, and it'll have like some, red bug worms or whatever in it. I'll just squirt a dab in it at the beginning of the day, kind of mix them up. I'll just kind of squirt a dab and mix them up, make sure it gets all over them. That's it. That's all I do. Nothing special. That's it. I believe in bait fuel. If you don't, why it works, I don't know. It don't have a smell. Why it works, it works. I have confidence in it. I'll put it on stuff. I just do. But that's the worm, guys. I use my forward-facing sonar. Everybody knows I have an active target. But this is something you can do without it. If you know where the brush pile is, or you know where the stump is, the only difference in if I was when I throw into a brush pile, instead of using this, open hook like that, that's the way I kind of hook my worm. Instead of using that, I'm going to go to more of a, what's that called? I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it right here. I think it's a Nico hook from VMC. It's the hook I'll use, because that way it's more of a Texas rig, so I can come through that easier. While I'm showing this, let me go ahead and go over my setup. Hey, right here, reinforcer, Ark reinforcer, 7.3 Ark reinforcer. There you go. That's the reel or rod. You get, if you have to, guys, and you finesse techniques especially, spend the money, get you a better rod. One thing that I've learned, the better my rod is on my finesse, maybe it's because I feel more. I don't know. Really confident. Reinforcer is great. There's a 7.6 Invoker Pro, Invoker Tour, whatever series. It's a good rod. I got one of those. There's some 7-footers, 6.10s if you want a shorter rod, but good rods. Just get you a good rod. Here's my reel. It's a Daiwa, what is that? A Ballistic MG LT. The line is Sunline Defiler D-braid. It went away. I don't know why they took it away. I hope they bring it back because it's great braid. A 6 pound, or not 6 pound, a 8 to 10 pound leader, and it's gonna be longer. I like a longer leader, guys. I like a 12, 15 foot leader. That's what I use, my leader size on that length. Another thing I like to do that's a lot of people don't, I like a longer, this isn't even as long as I normally have it, a longer tag. The reason I like a longer tag is because when I cast, if you have a shorter tag, the worm stays down on the bottom. I want that worm up as much as possible with the angle. So if I'm casting, I like a longer, especially casting, I like a longer tag in for my drop shot weight. Drop shot weight, I like this one is an Ark. I think this is a quarter. I like a quarter or a 3/8, and then we have a 5/16. So it's kind of my middle ground. A lot of times I use a 5/16 or a 3/8, especially when they're cranking current. 3/8 is where I go. But that's the setup. That's my setup. That's what I use. And if you see how I got the worm hooked right here. Oh, this is a SpearPoint too. This is a SpearPoint one right there. I kind of make it, if you kind of, let's see if I can do it. The hook barb is right there. If you can kind of see that. You see how the hook barb comes out? I get maximum action out of that with that hook barb right there, and they get pinned. This will slide down the hook shank and they get pinned. And that right there will hold them. It just does. Really good drop shot. I think it's the GP Finesse series from SpearPoint. That's my setup. That's the setup. Told you about the bait fuel. What I like to do is cast around wood. I cast around, I see stumps. A lot of times those stumps have crappie or bluegill or, shad around them. Standing timber, lay downs, wood. The one I'd say that showed me that this is what to do is pitch this old worm next to a stump. I can see a decent sized fish over there, and I see it's next to a stump. I make a pitch over there to him. I see the worm come down, like perfect cast. I see the worm come down. The fish that I wanted to catch was on the opposite side of the stump, so I was going to drag it to it. Didn't want to spook him. Top of the stump comes off. Nose is down on it, and it was just a tick. A lot of times that's all I feel is a tick, or I feel a little bit of pressure, and it's just like when you do that, just that'll set. That's all you have to do. You got to just start reeling and then working it, because you get these leviathans, you have to fight them. I put some videos of fixing to come up. I got some pictures of some other giants that I've caught on it. I just wasn't ready to give that spot away yet. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep that ledge spot for maybe till summertime, and I might let it go. Y'all might see it in the video. I haven't posted it yet on anything. Y'all might see it. Not gonna lie. But that's it, guys. If you haven't already, go down and hit the like and subscribe button. But I totally believe this is the way. I have some robo worms. I have some other worms that I try. This one has proven to me that it will out catch Everything's the same except the worm. And I catch more big ones on this worm than anything else. Drop shot, the old princess worm. My daughter calls it the princess worm. And it catches queens. I'm telling you, it catches leviathans. So guys, give it a look. I'll link it down below. I got a code. Use my code. Save some money on buy them up. I do. I buy like 10, 20 packs at a time because that's how much I use them. Go get them. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed some of the video. If you got any questions, leave them down below. Like and subscribe, guys. Let's go catch some big ones right here.
Oh, look at that big dog. He came with a 5.
Oh.
I might have the new one. It says 3. Come with a 5. That's a good one.
I don't know where you're at.
Right here. I was just gonna take it. This is the big one. This is the big one.
Well, that's the reason I grabbed the net. You said it was a big one.
Good God. There ain't a cat or a drum because it ain't. I feel it shaking head. I ain't close.
I mean, I'm looking for a flash or anything.
Itchy worm or whatever you got in there.
I'm looking for any signs of life.
Dude, that's your sign of life. I got the stump and it's heading that way.
You got something mean right there, buddy. It probably look a little 2-pounder. Mean as shit 2-pounder.
It ain't rolling or nothing. It's just digging.
You got a drum.
Drums usually roll. I mean, it could be now. Got a old big drum. There's my line. Look, it don't matter. We're gonna have to get good. Good God! Whoa! No, I ain't got no drum.
No, that ain't no drum.
Yeah.
That's fat.
Uh-huh.
Alright. That's what I'm supposed to be catching on this bass. What you're catching on them little bitty.
Okay.
About 5, he's about to shit everywhere too.
Oh, he shit everywhere.